bienvenidos a mi canal, yo soy Mariana Booker y en esta ocasión tengo la grandísima fortuna de estar con Schwab, que es la autora de todos estos increíbles libros que están por aquí. And I'm so excited to be here with you. I think you have done an incredible books and I have loved them so much. I love the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I think it's one of the greatest books that you have ever written.
Thank you so much.
So I have a question with that book is I know that it took you so many years to write that book and I was just curious what do you thought or what did you think or what did you feel that it was the right moment to publish Addie LaRue?
It's interesting. It didn't take me a long time because it wasn't the right time. I waited too long and the idea kind of got stuck in my head. Yeah. And what I mean by that is I became afraid to write it because it lived so long in my head that it became overwhelming. I was worried about making it imperfect. I knew that if I wrote it down, it wouldn't be the thing that lived in my head, and I waited too long, and so it stayed in my head too long, and then it didn't want to come out. So it wasn't that I didn't want to publish it, it wasn't that it wasn't the right moment to write, it was that I scared myself. And so it wasn't until I turned 30, and I had a similar predicament to Henry in the book, and I realized I would die without writing it if I didn't actually just sit down and start writing it.
That's something that can happen like very often, like you're just afraid to do your work, right?
Exactly.
So I'm so glad that you did that. I think it's an incredible book.
Thank you.
It's so powerful. It's when I have to describe Addie LaRue, I just say it's powerful. It's a book with a lot of power in a lot of ways. So thank you for writing it. And other question that I have with the book is that I know that it's gonna become a film, right? So it's a funny story because I made a TikTok doing like this is going to be a movie. I'm sure of it, and everyone was like, it's already becoming a film. And it had just been published. So I want to know, did you know that it was going to become a film before you published Addie?
It's weird. Yes, but also I don't know if it will become a film. It's in development, and we have a writer-director, and we have, the script, and we have all of these things, but I'm a popcorn optimist, meaning when I can sit in a movie theater with a bucket of popcorn and watch it, it's real, and until that moment, it's not real. But yes, it's been in development for film since before I wrote the book, which is very strange. I pitched the idea before I wrote the book, and the idea sold. And so then for a few years, we were trying to write the book and the script simultaneously, and that was terrible. And so then we stopped, and I wrote the book, and then we went back to working on the script.
Wow, that's not how it usually works.
No, it's not common.
It's because it's a perfect idea for everything.
Oh,
it's for everything. It was just I can see it perfectly as a movie in my head.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is gonna become a movie.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
I really hope.
Me too.
And do you have a perfect cast for Addie?
I don't. So here's my rule with casting is I don't let myself think about it because I've had a project made before, and what you learn is that if you become attached to one actor or one idea, you can't be surprised. And sometimes an actor will come along and just absolutely surprise you, and I want to be open to that. What's much more important than a specific look for any of the characters is the feel. The sense of somebody magnetic. Somebody that you can't tear your eyes from, even though you forget them as soon as they're gone, There's a contrast there.
I will always remember you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So I don't get attached to casting. Of course, I have ideas in my mind, but you'll never catch me saying them.
It's right, because if not, you're going to be like, he's not like exactly as I imagined.
Exactly.
No, you can still give it like a try. It's a really good advice for you as a writer, seeing your books becoming a movie, right? So another question that I have is here in general in all of your books, which one has like a special meaning to you and why?
They all, it sounds like a cop-out to say they all do, but you have to understand that I wrote my first novel first published novel when I was 21, and I'm now 36. And so every book I've written is a time capsule of who I was when I was writing it. I can look at the book and I know exactly who I was at the moment I was writing it. So I was 25 when I wrote Vicious, and I was 33 when I wrote Addie, and I was 21 when I wrote The Near Witch. And so they're all very special to me. I don't put a different amount of energy into each book. I put everything I have into a specific story. And some of them are very genre, and some of them are very literary, but I care about every single one that I make in terms of wanting it to be the best version of itself.
You're gonna make me cry. You have the power of the word.
Oh, thank you. I
try. Speaking in writing, actually, just hearing you is like, I don't know. I think you just like cheering people I don't know. I was like, oh, I have to run here, and I'm like, can I stay here forever?
I try. You know what it is? I want to make art that makes people want to make art. Like, I think there's nothing better than when you go see a movie or you hear a song that makes you want to create.
Yeah.
I want to do that. So I want to make things that make other people want to create.
I didn't think of that, but now hearing you talking about that, has anyone told you that I started writing because of you? Oh my god.
And it's the best compliment that I can hear, you know? It's the absolute best thing that you can hear, that someone is inspired.
So amazing that you inspire people.
Yeah, I can't think of any greater compliment.
It's special now for people, and well, thank you for doing
You're so
that.
welcome.
And I think we're running out of time.
Yeah.
If not, I can stay here forever. Actually,
No.
I'm gonna be staying here.
You live here now. This is our living room.
Thank you,
This is where we
thank you.
live.
Can I stay here forever?
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much
Of
for your time,
course.
and I really hope you come back to Mexico.
I will.
Every year.
I
really
will
hope.
try. I will
really
try.
hope. So thank you so much for your time,
so welcome.
and we'll see you at your presentation tomorrow.
Yes,
So
yes.
good luck.
Thank you.
Bye. Después de que terminamos de platicar un ratito, obviamente le pasé los títulos que tenía de ella para que me los firmara y pude platicar un poquito más con ella fuera de cámaras y fue de lo más grandioso, de verdad, la admiro muchísimo.